mayoral candidate will be on the general election ballot despite an attempt to block her candidacy by an ally of current Mayor Tiffany Henyard, who is
a mayoral candidate being challenged. The saga surrounding embattled South suburban politician Tiffany Henyard continues.
Buckle up. We're diving headfirst into a political swamp so murky, it'll make you question everything you thought you knew about local government. Welcome to Thornton Township, Illinois, where Supervisor Tiffany Henyard's leadership is either a reign of terror or just really bad management, depending on who you ask. Get ready to be shocked, scandalized, and maybe just a little entertained. This isn't your grandma's town hall meeting. This is a full-blown political cage match with Henyard at the center, trading blows with her opponents while facing an FBI investigation that has the entire town buzzing. The latest drama, a stunning threat to shut down the entire township government. Yes, you heard that right. Henyard is threatening to pull the plug on essential services, leaving seniors without transportation, kids without after-school programs, and potentially putting hundreds of employees out of work, all over a petty power struggle.
Mayor Tiffany Henyard was not at the hearing here today. Neither was her attorney, and she was not made available for a comment.
It turns out Thornton Township Board meetings have become less about governance and more about a high-stakes game of political chicken. For the fifth time in just a few weeks, a meeting had to be cancelled due to a lack of quorum. But this isn't some accidental scheduling mishap. It's a calculated move by trustees determined to block Tiffany Henyard from making key appointments. Their reasons: they accuse her of financial mismanagement, using taxpayer money for lavish trips and personal enrichment, and generally running the township into the ground. And they might have a point. The FBI is actively investigating her, and the township is drowning in a massive financial deficit.
Illegal!
She claims the trustees are deliberately sabotaging her, working to undermine her authority and seize control of the township for their own selfish gain. According to her, their refusal to attend meetings isn't about accountability. It's a calculated tactic to prevent her from appointing a new trustee, a move that would give her a crucial tie-breaking vote. She argues this is nothing more than a blatant power grab, a cynical attempt to silence her and derail her political career. In her version of events, she's not the villain. She's the champion of the people, fighting against a corrupt establishment. And the stakes couldn't be higher. Henyard's threat to shut down the township isn't just political theatre. She insists that without a functioning board, the township won't be able to renew its insurance, effectively bringing all operations to a grinding halt. That means no more senior transportation, no more food assistance programs, no more after-school activities for kids. It also means potential layoffs for over 100 township employees, many of whom are already struggling to make ends meet.
Again, no comment from Mayor Tiffany Henyard. Voters here will first head to the polls in February for the primary election, then the general mayoral election.
And it's not just the township's finances that are in turmoil. Henyard's own political future is hanging by a thread. In a rare Democratic caucus vote, she was booted off the ballot for Thornton Township supervisor. But Henyard isn't going down without a fight. She claims the caucus was rigged, alleging that her supporters were locked out of the venue while backers of her opponent, State Senator Napoleon Harris, were allowed inside. In response, she's filed multiple lawsuits, accusing her rivals of voter suppression and demanding a do-over. Meanwhile, her allies have been busy playing their own political chess game, working to remove some of her challengers from the ballot. The result? A chaotic and highly contested electoral battlefield where every move escalates the already volatile power struggle.
Manner of fights in Thornton Township and in Dolton, except in one case, Tiffany Henyard wants on a ballot, while in another, a Henyard ally was looking to keep her opponent off.
The situation is further complicated by the ongoing FBI investigation into Henyard's finances. Subpoenas have been issued to Henyard herself, her political committee, her cancer charity, yes, really, her boyfriend, relatives, trustees, and even her now-defunct burger business. The allegations of misspending are serious, and federal investigators are digging deep. Henyard denies any wrongdoing, but the evidence against her is mounting. But wait, there's more. The drama extends far beyond the township boardroom. Henyard is also the mayor of Dolton, Illinois, and her time in office has been just as turbulent. She's facing fierce opposition from within her own village, with senior trustee Jason House launching a mayoral campaign to unseat her. House accuses Henyard of financial mismanagement and claims she has fostered a climate of fear and intimidation within the village government. His campaign is built on promises of ethics reform and a return to responsible governance, setting the stage for yet another high-stakes political showdown.
Manipulation. Nobody likes being manipulated, and when you get here, you know that's exactly what's happening.
The situation in Dolton mirrors the chaos unfolding in Thornton Township. Meetings are heated, accusations are flying, and lawsuits are stacking up. Henyard, ever defiant, insists she's fighting for the people and taking on the corrupt establishment. But to her critics, she appears to be a self-serving politician clinging to power at any cost. Now, let's see what the internet has to say. The YouTube comment section is a goldmine of opinions, ranging from outrage to amusement. One commenter wrote, "This is maddening. Henyard has no respect and therefore deserves no respect. Ouch." Another commenter, clearly fed up with the ongoing drama, said, "She needs to grow up and step down. Her time in office has been a disaster." These comments reflect a widespread sense of frustration and disillusionment among the residents of Thornton Township and Dolton. They're tired of the constant infighting, the accusations, and the uncertainty about the future of their communities.
Well, she's one of the most recognizable faces that's been on the news lately. I'm talking about the mayor of Dolton, Tiffany Henyard.
And all of social media.
The situation is further complicated by the fact that Henyard isn't just facing opposition from within her own party. Rumours are swirling about secret alliances and backroom deals, with whispers of rival factions jockeying for control. Some speculate that the ongoing FBI investigation is being used as a political weapon, a tool to discredit Henyard and her allies. Others believe the investigation is merely a smokescreen, distracting from even more serious allegations. As always, the truth remains elusive. Adding to the intrigue, reports have surfaced of anonymous tips and leaked documents, further fueling speculation about Henyard's alleged misdeeds. If these documents are authentic, they could expose a pattern of corruption and abuse of power that stretches far beyond the initial accusations. While the authenticity of this information is still being investigated, the very existence of these rumors is enough to further destabilize an already fragile political landscape.
Has this surprised you, how much the viewership has gravitated towards this woman? Like, people from all over the world are talking about her.
Meanwhile, Henyard's supporters remain fiercely loyal, defending her against the accusations of wrongdoing and framing her as the victim of a political witch hunt. They argue that the opposition is driven by personal vendettas and a thirst for power, rather than genuine concern for the community's well-being. They point to Henyard's accomplishments during her time in office, highlighting initiatives that have benefited the residents of Thornton Township and Dolton. The narrative surrounding Henyard's leadership is becoming increasingly complex, with competing stories and conflicting accounts of events. The legal battles are far from over. Henyard's lawsuits are still pending, and the outcomes remain uncertain. Her opponents are fighting back just as fiercely, filing counterclaims and challenging her assertions. The legal wrangling is likely to continue for months, if not years, further delaying any resolution and prolonging the uncertainty for the residents of these communities.
Friday, but was met by this sign.
Okay, here I am, and they disappeared now.
Beyond the legal battles, the political fallout is already being felt. Henyard's reputation has taken a severe hit, and her ability to govern effectively has been significantly undermined. The constant infighting and accusations are eroding public trust, making it harder to address the community's pressing needs. This situation is a textbook example of how political dysfunction can derail even the most well-intentioned efforts at governance. Adding another layer to this already complex saga is the role of the media. Local news outlets are closely covering the unfolding events, reporting on the various legal battles, accusations, and counterclaims. National media outlets have also taken notice, amplifying the story and shaping the public perception of Henyard and her administration. The relentless media coverage is only adding to the pressure on Henyard, making it even more difficult for her to navigate this political minefield.
Our hesitation is that if there's a person in there that will just say yes to everything, I mean, it will set us back.
The situation in Thornton Township and Dolton serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked power, political ambition, and the corrosive effects of partisan conflict. The residents of these communities are caught in the crossfire, suffering the consequences of a political battle that shows no signs of easing. The big question remains: will the community be able to heal from this political turmoil, or will the scars of this conflict linger for years to come? The future is uncertain, and the drama continues to unfold. This situation is a perfect storm of political infighting, financial mismanagement, and FBI scrutiny, a spectacle that has captivated the region's attention and is far from over. Henyard's threat to shut down the township government is a desperate, high-stakes gamble, but it also exposes the deep divisions and distrust that have plagued Thornton Township for years. The real question is, will she follow through on her threat? And if she does, what will the consequences be? Will the residents rise up and demand her resignation, or will she somehow weather this storm and cling to power?
Locked. No one was answering the main phone lines, and some services that are offered there are for electric and heating for low-income homes.